compensates Southeast for civil war losses. So says Hope Uzodinma to the federal government. Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma has asked the federal government to establish a special fund to compensate the Southeast over the devastation of lives and property during the Biafra Civil War. Speaking on Wednesday last week in Owerri, the Imo State capital, Uzodinma said the special fund would provide succor to those who lost their properties and family members during the Civil War. In his words, I quote, "I think the debacles of the Civil War led the Southeast into a deep poverty level. Houses were burnt down, people were killed. Only recently, a special law was enacted at the Northeast Development Commission arising from the disaster of Boko Haram incidents. But the 30-month-long civil war that ended in 1970 left the Southeast in a state of penury." End of quote. The governor said the Southeast has suffered great injustice on how revenues accruing from the zone are shared. And he went on to talk about how the federal government takes home 52.68%, the state government 26.72%, while the 774 local government areas take home 20.60%. He said Imo State currently has 7 oil-producing companies, but 43 oil wells out of that were wrongfully allocated to rivers. Uzodinma also said 25% of gas production in Bonny is piped from Imo, but revenue accruing from it does not go to the state, while pollution is threatening the lives and assets of the residents of the area. He went on to say it should not just be about multi-billion-dollar pipeline projects that siphon oil and gas from Imo State, which results to youth restiveness, quantum violence, and subsequent death. All right, so that is the Imo State governor telling the federal government to compensate the Southeast for all they lost during the Civil War. Mazi.
I think let me not think that my position is because I'm from that area, but I think let me draw our attention back to what happened at the end of the Civil War, when Major General Yakubu Gowon, the then head of state, after the Civil War, he made pronouncement that there's no victory, there's no vanquish, and there'll be reconstruction, there'll be rehabilitation, and what the other one. Unfortunately, since that time, there has not been reconstruction, there has not been rehabilitation, there has not been forgiveness. So I think that is what is even given the room for agitation. For him to call for compensation is not, it's long overdue. My own view, it's long overdue. So that the unity we are talking about, these are the reasons why they said we should sit down and negotiate our unity, and to make sure that treat me as you treat others. I watched a video where about 10,000 housing units were constructed in Borno because of Boko Haram. And what came to my mind was what has been done. The roads are not there. Kwashoko took over the place. People were dying of hunger. And even no matter how much they had in the bank, Biafran Bank in those days, when we came back, there was a pronouncement, a decree was passed that no matter how much you have in the bank, 20 pounds will be given. And that set us back. So I think, let me not even go further. I think I appreciate what he has said, and I think the federal government should. But I also heard last week that the federal government has enlisted some retired Biafran soldiers to be paid some pensions.
Gratuities, yeah.
Gratuities. I think
over 100 of them.
Yeah, it's about 102 or something like that. It's a right step in the right direction. Let them now go back and say, that's what we're talking about. Call these boys that agitated. Sit them down and say, what is the problem? If Hope has risen that issue, and he complained about some oil wells belonging to Imo State now given to River State, and also Bayelsa is also complaining. Akwa Ibom is also complaining. That is why we are saying, let us sit down and iron this out. to make sure we move forward. There are so many agitations, so many complaints, so many things are wrong in this country. But this one Uzodinma has said he has gotten it right.
All right, thank you, Mazi. So, compensation, do you agree as well, Chief Godi?
Uzodinma said a lot of things. I don't think it's coordinated. I don't think it's at this point, it's not about talking. It's about coming with a common front. What does the Igbo people want? Is it compensation on the Biafra, the federal government to pay you money, or is it Southeast Commission that is already in the National Assembly, or is it oil well that Uzodinma is talking about? Because it was
just talking about compensation.
I'm coming. It's coming. No, he was modeling up issues in his statement. Talk about the issue with the oil well that was wrongfully given to the River State, and I'm asking, why did you say it's wrong? It's wrong. Are you in the position to determine what is right or wrong? It was done by the court. So why are you saying it was wrongfully moved to the other side? What I'm saying is that at this point, there is no need for a political leader to come out and speak. Uzodinma is a well-known person in the APC, and he cannot attack the APC government. He cannot make those kind of demand, and he's taken seriously. You understand? So we know. So when you are making such demand, and I know that you are friend to this person, you are just playing to the gallery. If the Igbo people need something, they want that compensation. Like the Africans have been talking about repatriation for the slave trade, the Igbos, the Western world should pay the African for taking their best talents to their place and enslave them at the end of the day. And the Igbo says, yes, restitution, and the Igbo says you are the one, we gave you money, we gave you something, and you sell your people to us. So they should come with the common front. I'm not saying somebody should not be compensated for wrongdoing. However, it goes beyond speaking. It goes beyond a press release. It goes beyond taking opportunity at the occasion and just voice it out and media run with it. For me, on this table, we should talk about things that are.
But do you think that compensation, though, is something that the federal government needs to do for the affected people in the eastern part of Nigeria to feel included?
It should be included in the Southeast Commission that is going on. It cannot be on its own.
Okay. That's what you're saying.
It's not a standalone. You cannot achieve it with the federal government that is constantly borrowing money to pay salary, constantly borrowing money to do other things. All right? It cannot be. At this time, this is a misplaced priority as far as I'm concerned. Uzodinma does not even get enough money from the federal government. The allocation is not complete. The Fed has always been complaining. The shortfall of revenue. So where is the money going to come from? Where is the compensation going to come from? It's sweet to the ear that the compensation should be paid. But where is the money going to come from? He knows that he doesn't even get enough money to pay salary in his own state. He doesn't get enough money to do some of the projects that he promised the Igbo people that he's going to do it. That is, let's concentrate. The Southeast Commission bill is still in the National Assembly. They should put all their efforts to get that bill. When they get that bill, they can use that commission to demand for whatever they want to demand, like NEDC that we have, like in the Northeast Commission because of the Boko Haram. That's why the Northeast region of the country is faring better now since that commission has been set up. That's my position, Patience.
Okay, so we are talking about lack of funds to even compensate, if at all any compensation has to happen.
To me, it's not out of place. I think, like I said, it's a right step in the right direction. After the war, there was a promise. There was a promise.
Is it money?
Money.
Is it money?
No. Compensation can mean anything.